Hello, I'm Suk-Young. I'm a professor of nursing at Hanyul Jangshin University. This paper is the effect of teaching through Google Classroom due to COVID-19 on outcome-based nursing education. This study was conducted to develop and evaluate the effect of teaching through Google Classroom on outcome-based learning education, such as critical thinking, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, and academic major satisfaction. With the closure of face-to-face lectures due to COVID-19, the methodology used in this research is an experimental study of one group pre-post-test design, which was designed to check the difference before and after intervention through Google Classroom class to the treatment group. For 6 weeks from March 16, 2020 to April 24, 2020, Hanyul University, located in Jeonju City, taught 8 nursing courses in the first, second, third, and fourth grades through Google Classroom. The collected data were analyzed with the descriptive statistics and failed to test using the SPOSS Windows 23 program. The effectivity of teaching through Google Classroom on critical thinking ability, problem-solving ability, self-regulated ability, and academic major satisfaction were statistically significant. As follows: critical thinking ability, self-regulating learning ability, problem-solving ability, and academic major satisfaction. Through this study, it was confirmed that it was possible through the Google Classroom class, one of the online education methods, as an alternative to face-to-face lectures. Keyword: Google Classroom, COVID-19, critical thinking, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, academic major satisfaction. This is the result of research. A new type of COVID-19 pandemic has been issued worldwide to prevent mass infection. School closures can be largely divided into reactive closures that close when an unexpected portion impounded inner school and proactive closures that are taken before an infected person is found in a school. School closures reduce the cumulative infections rate by about 25% and delay the peak of the epidemic by 2 weeks. Elementary, middle, and high school in Korea are also delaying reopening their schools face-to-face and offering online classes. As an alternative, school closures play an important role in preventing the spread of COVID-19 disease among students. Also, the classroom situation of face-to-face classes cannot be 100% realized. Attempts should be made to convey knowledge through internet lecture in order to realize the school's classes that require meeting with students even if students cannot come to school. In the middle of difficulties due to the threat of COVID-19. For the future education, an attempt is needed to look at the direction of education differently from the perspective that the current crisis could be an opportunity. A variety of global IT companies and local education technical companies are showcasing the learning management system on educational platform or through online learning tools such as EduNet, e-learning site and EBS class video and being produced and distributed by the Korean Educational Information Service. There seems to be no class tools and they can be presented, taught, evaluated, and processed by close communication between learners and professionals as LMSC. However, Google Classroom is addressing that online classes are simply throwing lessons into the internet and solving the problem presented, so learners can give up as much as they want to depending on their level of learning and enthusiasm. However, online remote classes using Google Classroom are conducted through video, which is a real-time two-way lectures complementing the shortcomings of the exciting learning management system platform and the presentation of assignments, attendance checks, evaluations, and immediate feedback are conducted directly on a one base. COVID-19 overcoming the absence of face-to-face lectures due to infectious disease in nearly normal classes. Among the Google Education Service, Google Classroom is a representative LMS, and the biggest advantage is sharing and collaboration. Simulators work is possible between learners who have participated in online classes in real time, and even if individual work is done, the professor can directly evaluate the submitted task and give students immediate feedback. Through this series of courses, students will be guided directly by professors, and professors will be able to handle their grades with immediate evaluation in the Google Classroom. If you look at recent domestic and foreign students studies with the online platform in nursing studies, they were only partially applied in class hour and did not conduct the whole class. Therefore, it was necessary to conduct classes through Google Classroom in performance-based learning classes as a means of replacing face-to-face lectures due to the COVID-19 incident. In response, this study conducted 80 nursing courses through Google Classroom to examine the impact of nursing learning achievement, critical ability problem, critical critical thinking ability, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, and the academic major satisfaction. The purpose of this study is to investigate the effect of teaching through Google Classroom on critical thinking, problem-solving, self-regulated learning, and academic major satisfaction of nursing school students as follows. After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the status of critical thinking, interpersonal critical thinking, problem-solving, self-regulated learning, academic major satisfaction. After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the difference in critical thinking ability. After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the difference in problem-solving skills. After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the difference in self-regulated learning After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the difference in class satisfaction level. After teaching through Google Classroom, to review the correlation between critical thinking ability, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, and academic major satisfaction. This study is one good pre-post test design experiment study that attempted to identify the effect of losing subject on post-class critical thinking ability, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, and academic major satisfaction by teaching through Google Classroom. The subject of this study was students in the first to postgrad of the Department of Nursing at Hanyul University, located in Jeollabuk-do. A nursing class conducted through teaching of Google Classroom as an alternative to face-to-face lectures due to the closure of the school due to the new COVID-19 pandemic. There were 100 students who agreed to understand the purpose of study and participate voluntarily, and among them, 96 copies were used as final statistical analysis data expect for 100. Teaching based on the Google Classroom took place for a total of 6 weeks from March 16, 2020 to April 25, 2020 and operated 18 nursing courses. The class proceeded as follows. Before proceeding with the Google Classroom, we explained the first method and evaluation process of the class and opened a Google Classroom for the subject. The content of the online classes of the Google Classroom was set up to be uploaded on the relevant date and time so that the professor could film and record the lecture directly through a video through the Meet in the Google Classroom, so that students could access and participate in the class at the time. Students turn on Chromebooks in their rooms and enter the Google Classroom during the class, where videos and assignments resolved by the professor and uploaded. Students watch video and read instructions from professors. Then, selecting the attached document of Google Docs created by the professor. The class is over when you solve, record, and submit questions in the form of relative open receiving their assignment. The professor gave feedback on the student writing in the form of a narrative of corrections. Students were immediately notified by returning the problematic task or completing the grade. This study was conducted to develop and evaluate the effect of teaching through Google Classroom on outcome-based education, such as critical thinking, problem-solving ability, self-regulated learning ability, and academic major satisfaction. It is the close of face-to-face lectures due to COVID-19. The methodology used in this research is an experimental study of ongoing pre-post test design. It was designed to check the difference before and after intervention through Google Classroom class to the treatment group. The, this, the result of this study was are limited to generalization of the result of the study because they were targeted at students in the nursing department of the university. Therefore, it is suggested that its effectiveness should be verified through repeated studies to confirm its effectiveness. Thank you.